We're back. Another episode of Power Moves Health Marketing Podcast with me, marketing strategist, marketing consultant, whisperer of all wellness entrepreneurs, Lauren The Powers. I'm still at the Airbnb living my best life. I am here really to pour life into health business owners that are really trying to grow, and they're looking for a place to just come and visit every single week to get new insights, to understand what's working, what's not, what's hot, what's not, what's trending, right? And so what I'm going to talk to you guys about today is selling through masterclasses. Selling your services via masterclasses. You can call them webinars. You could call them workshops. You can call them whatever you want to call them. But traditionally, it's when people are looking to have a live experience with you or something that appears to be a live experience with you. Usually it's via Zoom or a software like Webinar Geek or something like that, where people are showing up, they're learning something, and then usually they're expecting to be sold something. All right. So I don't know how many of you all have been sold something via webinar, or maybe it's an ad or something you clicked on. I know I bought something like $8,000 Amazon course because, child, I was finna resell books on Amazon. Have y'all heard about that? It's not a scam. It's a real thing. But I was going to resell books on Amazon. I had my ghostwriter and everything ready. Child, she sold me from that webinar, okay, and asked me if I finished the class because I did not. Okay, so anyways, so when we're talking, let's just stay focused on health. I know I got on a tangent talking about selling Amazon books because I live to open a business. But there's a lot of us that use this strategy of running ads to some sort of webinar, live event, and then selling. And then you guys get so upset when things don't go right and when things don't sell. And I think that it's important for me to say that you may suck at sales. Who here took a webinar or a masterclass class to learn how to present from stage? That is a learned habit. That is a learned behavior. That is going to speech coaches, sales coaches, webinar coaches, online e-commerce coaches. That's a real, actual, I'm trying to ante up my skills so that I can go and make $100,000 off a webinar. There are people that do this masterfully, all right? I know you guys, I don't even have to mention all the names, right? But you can, and of course you can take other people's courses and things, but here's where I am. I'm real clear on what I think that healers should be doing. I think that they should be healing. I don't think that they should be closing, and I don't think that word even needs to kind of be in your vernacular. I think that when we try to flip into this Russell Brunson type of webinar playbook, let me take you through all of these steps I've learned and then show this slide that has an offer stack at the end. I don't think that that's always the way, especially if your webinar is not converting, meaning you're getting people to show up, but you don't have sales at the end of it. I believe that you need to focus on your practice and what you do as a practitioner and as a clinician, as a healer. I don't believe that you should be selling at all. Here's how, if it were me, this is a structure that I've seen work really nicely for webinars, okay, and masterclasses, where you open up, all right? You've run ads to it, you've done your email marketing, and you got this one thing that they're trying to unpack. We don't want a webinar that has 15 things that they're going to try to learn, but there should be one major transformation that they should be able to walk away with. If they're coming to you to understand the 7 labs that every woman in menopause should be asking from their doctor, they may not do all the 7 labs, but they'll know one question that they'll need to ask the doctor. Or what if it's a webinar about why GLP-1s aren't the best way to lose weight? So they should be walking away with knowing what is the best way to lose weight if GLP-1s are not, right? I think that we need to really make sure that our transformation is sticky and that it's tangible. And you always need a worksheet, a guide, or reason for them to show up. I learned that from one of my favorite mentors, JJ Virgin. She always says, give them a reason, give them something to do to show up. What I love is an assessment, a guide, A self-assessment is is easy because they're self-assessing, right? And who cares about the results? You're walking them through what their results range could be, right? You could even open up with the quiz or an assessment. Like before you get started, all right, everybody, go ahead and take this hormone quiz and let me know how many people are in the perimenopause state, how many people are in menopause, how many people are still cycling. Like you can reference that and keep people drawn in to your presentation. One thing that I'm gonna say here is when you start, you absolutely have to make yourself credible. You need to introduce yourself. You need to tell people why you are an expert. I know a lot of people glaze over that. Specifically, healers glaze over that because just, they're very humble. At least the ones that I work with. They're super humble. They're not braggadocious. It doesn't come natural to be like, I'm bop, bop, bop. I'm this, I'm that. I'm the number one. I'm Atlanta's top doctor. I've been practicing for 20 years. I'm double board certified. I've got 3 books I published. I've helped 10,000 people. We gotta tell these people, y'all, especially if you're asking for a ticket price that's over $100, you need to tell them that you the one. You're the authority. It's one slide. Run it, run the numbers, okay? Yes, you do this. That's why we're here. That's why I don't have to sell you because I'm that bitch. I ain't gotta sell you. I'll tell you, this is my background. And what you're gonna learn today, now I'm back in character, is my simple process for effortless weight loss without exercise or shots, right? So you see how I just kind of transition right into that. And then you start teaching. But when you start teaching, you got to make sure that you're referencing their pain point. You're taking them into that valley. And if the pain point ain't painting, then maybe we should reassess your avatar because we should all be solving a pain point of some sort. Yeah. So let's be clear on what your pain point is, on what the quick transformation is, the quick win that they're going to get as soon as they finish listening to you. You got to give them reasons to stay. So we're talking about their pain, and we're talking about how, maybe they haven't been able to sleep through the night in years, or they haven't been intimate with their spouse because they're so uncomfortable with their body, or maybe their hair is falling out of their head. Take them into their pain. And everything that you're teaching, not selling, but everything that you're teaching is referencing the pain. And you need to give real life examples. If you're talking about weight loss, don't talk about how your body's not broken and all that generic chat GPT shit. Talk about how, okay, girl, I know you haven't bought jeans and you don't know how long because you're going to have to know your real pant size. And so you just been wearing the athleisure because you can stretch in that medium and that large, not knowing what your true dress size is. I see you. That's a relatable pain point, yeah? Or, there I could keep going with numerous examples, but don't skip past that so you can tell us all about what you do, right? I need you to talk about me. I need you to focus on me. I want to see myself in you when I'm in this workshop, when I'm in this webinar. That's what I want to talk about, yeah? So I want you to make sure that you stay in the pain, that you give real life examples that are relatable, and then what's your process or solution to solve it? It's still not sales. And when you get to the point of explaining the offer, it's just how to work with me. This is how I've helped person after person after person go from zero to $50,000 within 6 months. This is how I know for a fact. This is a testimonial. Run the numbers. Have excitement, have energy, get them talking in the chat, right? I don't really give a damn about some webinar process that you've learned, especially if you're not naturally a salesperson. So create the authority, stay in their pain, give your solution, and then show them how to take advantage of the transformation. You don't need gimmicks, all right? You need to practice doing this with confidence. And I say there's nothing better than practicing in front of your friends, your peers, maybe even a beta group of patients and things that you already know. Like, hey, I got a new offer. I got a new program. I want to run this by you. So that's one thing. If you are not good at presenting, perhaps try a different flow that's more natural and it's just like you're doing a consultation for a new patient. Something that comes natural to you and it feels good to you, and you present the price and you move on. And if you're not great at presenting the price, then you need to have a patient concierge or somebody else that can talk the money for you. Okay. So moving on to another reason why I feel like master classes don't some people's master classes don't convert well is they don't have a strong offer and the sales page isn't connecting the dots. So when you're selling live, you're always going to have an opportunity to drop a link or for people to take the next step. Next step could be a call with your team. The next step could be a w- uh a purchase, like you're going directly to a purchase. There could be numerous next steps, but you're going to have a percent of people that buy on the call and a percent of people that need to be nurtured afterwards, which is where that sales page and that post sales follow up becomes more and more relevant. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, let's say that you have an offer for a 4-month weight loss program. All right. So the offers for a 4-month weight loss program, and on the call, you'll give reasons to buy now, which I'll get into in my third point. You'll give some reasons for them to buy now. And then there's going to be, okay, well, what happens next? You're going to give people a window of time to make a purchase or to make a decision. I don't like anything over 3 days. Okay. I give them 3 days and I'm email marketing and following up. And then I got to make sure that sales page is clear. I have to make sure that the offer is strong. You got to make sure your testimonials are popping. Your sales page should also be the house of your replay if you're going to replay your masterclass. Yeah. And so now you're keeping people kind of in that funnel from the masterclass, whether they showed up or not. The replay is there on the page. You have all of the proof, and it's very easy to buy or to take the next step. A lot of times, I see healers, practitioners play very soft on their sales page. Honey, if you're in the hormones, weight loss, anything, I need results. I need before and afters. I need video testimonials. I need photos. I need faces. I need handwritten testimonials. Anything that shows that you've done this before over and over and over again, especially if you're trying to get me to make a big 4 or 5 figure decision without even having a one-on-one call. Meaning, I don't get a discovery call or anything. I just get the masterclass. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's people that have, there's no magic number saying, when should I be able to just like sell someone from a masterclass or when should I offer up a phone call? I'm not going to say there's a magic number for that. Like, oh, at the $2,500 mark, you got to make sure you do a discovery call. I'm not going to say that. It's all about your ability to persuade and move people through your funnel. I don't know too many people making these big $2,500, $3,500 decisions without a call unless they're experiencing some live, like virtual event, some 3-day summit or some in-person event, right? Where the trust is a lot higher. A trust factor is a lot higher. But if you're trying to build trust within 45, 60 minutes, then honey, you better be real clear on that sales page. And then a lot of times after a masterclass, sometimes practitioners will offer one more opportunity to ask questions or do what I call just a live Q&A. Again, not salesy, not gimmicky, not showing an offer stack slashing prices. But wait, there's more. But wait, I don't need no sham wow. I need you to be a clinician. I need you to be a healer. I need you to stay in your power. I need you to share who you are, authority, what you do, answer, in terms of solving my pain, how you do it, and how do I pay for it. That's what I need to know. All right. So really, really look and analyze your sales page to make sure that connects directly to their pain. It shows how you provide the transformation and then the steps to take to buy or to become more informed, right? And then the very last thing, so we kind of got into, trying to get better at your sales process, have a stronger offer, right? Or your sales page, make sure it's really aligned and shows a clear transformation. And then, guys, you got to give them a reason to buy now. People are people. Humans are humans. We're going to delay. We're going to wait. You're going to have some folks that are quick starts that are like ready to go, go, go. And you're going to have a good set of people that are going to need them damn emails and text sequences reminding them to buy just before the 72-hour period is up. So what are the reasons for people to buy now on a call? Before you go into a masterclass or a webinar, I want you to look at your Rolodex or your arsenal of health information and education that you have, or bundles or bonuses or supplements or anything, or even if it's like a call with you. I don't know. You need to write down a list of things to give away to make people that'll increase the value of your offer to make people buy right now. All right. That's exactly what I need you to do before you go to any webinar, masterclass, workshop, live event. All right. And then when you're kind of looking at those reasons of why buy now, what are the juiciest ones that you know will really get people excited? Perhaps you can survey your audience. Perhaps you can even ask in the beginning, like, "Hey guys, I'm going to be giving away some stuff for those that buy now. I mean, for those that are action takers. What interests you more? You know, a 1 hour coaching call, a free DNA test, a saliva test. I don't know." But you can always get first party data. You know, first party data is always going to be better than third party data. What is third party data? Not from your clients, not from your audience. First party is your audience and is your clients. Okay. So as much first party data as possible. That's what I want us to collect. Yeah. And then when we're doing this, you're putting together this whole story of why this is an important action for you to take now. So I always want you to have a reason for people to take action now on the call. And then your follow-up sequence needs to be airtight as soon as that call is over. When is that email hitting? When is that text message hitting? How are you nurturing them through that 72-hour window of time? They need a compelling reason to say yes today, and it's usually a lot of proof and a lot of authority is what gets people over the line, right? So I just gave you a few quick reasons, all right? So, and we're not even getting into like evergreen sales and all of that. That's a whole nother episode. But when no one's really telling you about why your masterclass isn't converting, it's because you may not be that great at sales. Your offer or your sales page just ain't it. And there's no true reason for people to buy now. Y'all stop selling stop selling and start consulting. Okay? Stop selling. You didn't go to school for that. Stop selling and start providing value. Stop selling and provide a transformation. Stop selling and be a trusted guide. Stop selling, because you don't have to do that when you're in your practice. People show up, they present their pain, and then you go in because you're the practitioner. You guide people through an experience and let this webinar, this masterclass, be the live event that gets them over the line, that welcomes them into your world, where they aren't going to leave with any doubt on how to work with you, on what you do and how you heal, and how there's no other choice better than you. Okay? So, take these three things and work on them. You know, I always want you guys to work on stuff. So, get your sales pages updated, come up with their reasons to buy now, restructure your webinar if you feel like you're being too salesy and it's not converting, right? Only solve a problem if it needs to be solved. And most importantly, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this podcast everywhere that podcasts are available. Send it. Help me get my message out. Send it to as many health entrepreneurs as you know that are looking for ways to grow and get out of that hamster wheel, getting out of that whirlwind of feeling stuck. Yeah, this is the Unstuck podcast. Yeah, let's get unstuck. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of Power Moves Health Marketing Podcast with me, Lauren Powers. You can find me on Instagram at I am Lauren Powers. I'm on YouTube at Power Moves Health Marketing Podcast. And, you know, everywhere the podcasts are available. All right, y'all. See you next week. Peace. Hey, y'all, thanks for tuning in to Power Moves Health Marketing Podcast. If you're ready to transform your practice with smarter strategies and cutting-edge tools, I want you to head over to microsite.com to book a strategy session with me and my team. While you're there, check out the show notes for links, resources, and my free Power Moves playbook. Remember, every move you make is a step toward becoming the health business leader you're meant to be. Let's keep building your momentum.